The Hero and the Clown by Thaddeus Blake. A soldier of the Lord is in his final firefight. He's a veteran, out to pasture, moving closer to the light. He's a decorated warrior with a clock that's ticking down, and he's walked the narrow line between the hero and the clown. He's sitting alone in his room, full of pain, his memories eager to haunt him. By morning, he's certain he'll cease to remain, and he'll end up wherever they want him. He's on time he's borrowed with interest plus tax. The ferryman's paid in advance. Lost and forgotten and slipped through the cracks. Flown by the seat of his pants. He's dying tonight. Finished his shift. His light is a faltering flicker. His time was a challenge, a curse, and a gift. Now his body could never be sicker. He's holding a Bible in one shaky hand, and everything looks like a sin. Fighting for holy on unholy land. He wears every year on his skin. He's worked a long time, and his fingers are thick with calluses tougher than leather. His elbow says pop, and his shoulder says click, to foretell every change in the weather. He's worked a long time with a back made of stone and a glass eye that's seen better days. Both his knees are a mess full of water and bone, and they burn like a torch when he prays. A soldier of the Lord is in his final firefight, and the fellow with a scythe has got him squarely in his sight. He's survived the bloody trenches where 10,000 souls would drown, and he's stalked the winding trail between the hero and the clown. Stirring his coffee, pouring in rum, the better to wash down his pills. His heart makes the sound of a waterlogged drum, but the alcohol eases the chills. He lights up a smoke as he stifles a cough. His lungs know the ritual well. His mouth is a wound with the scabs fallen off, and his nose is a ruddy red shell. Been down to the prison and done good indeed, where good isn't always in fashion. Taught many a man how to reckon and read, his judgment on hold for compassion. He ladles out soup and he donates his blood. He'd offer the shirt from his back. Knows what the view's like face down in the mud, having lived through a savage attack. He stares straight ahead at the dirty old mirror, hung on the wall by a chain. But dirty or not, it could never be clearer. One look in the eye makes it plain. He searched in the glass for the light of his soul. This evening he's thinking he's found it. His spirit's a beacon high up in a pole, but the fogs of perdition surround it. A soldier of the Lord will join that holy cavalcade. He'll unite with fallen comrades in their final dress parade. In honor of their sacrifice, the Lord will don his crown while he strolls the narrow line between the martyr and the clown. The man stares back from the mirror and chuckles, for death is familiar and funny. He's got scars on his face and some more on his knuckles and stab wounds just short of the money. His tendons are twisted, his hearing is shot, his migraines attack in a cluster. In the fight of his life, he gave as good as he got, with all of the strength he could muster. He once was a sniper and carried a gun, with many occasions to use it. It didn't feel brave and it didn't feel fun, but the laws of survival excuse it. So many men that he sent to the ground. His last killing shot was a beauty. An innocence lost that can never be found, one more for the call of duty. A portrait of Jesus hangs over the door. His mother's hangs over the sink. His long-ago wife's is among the decor, but she's easy to miss if you blink. His kids are all grown, but they still keep in touch. A phone call, at least twice a year. His friends in the boneyard don't call quite as much, but there's just as much chance they'll appear. A soldier of the Lord is in his final firefight. It's a lonely march to glory, and he's gonna do this right. He's a maestro of the rifle with a record of renown, and he's walked the narrow line between the killer and the clown. It had to be done, for the communist horde had started a global upheaval. His faith and his duty could not be ignored, so he battled that communist evil. Our foes are a godless and cowardly breed, the posters and pamphlets proclaimed, spawned right from hell by the devil's own seed, and their godlessness must be contained. The bullets had flown, and the bombs had exploded, yet the enemy never stopped coming. Fighting for God, the devout and devoted marched out to a funeral drumming. They sang and they cursed, they screamed and they cried, their song never meant for the hearing. They ran and they fell and they bled and they died and they headed for heaven unfearing. It felt like a joke when he got back home, and he laughed to the point of screaming. Broken and broke, with an eye on the roam, he relives the hell when he's dreaming. He sweats like it's a fever when he's really feeling cold, and he hates to be around a lot of noise. Had his first infarction at just 36 years old, 'cause hearts are something else that war destroys. A soldier of the Lord is in his final firefight. In his uniform and medals he is vanishing from sight. With the spirits of his comrades he'll be marching out of town, following the line between the hero and the clown. So would he wander, and so would his hurt, his body corrupted by violence. His faith would he ponder, with death would he flirt, to suffer no longer in silence. Cried out and crippled, he's feeling the need, an ache for his new best friends. His dosage he's tripled, an addict indeed, stuck on the ride till it ends. The fog settles nicely, surrounding his brain, and soon he'll be free as a bird. He won't feel sad and he won't feel pain. In a way, one could say he'll be cured. Yet he knows, just behind him are soldiers in waiting, more souls for the opiate crisis, the God-fearing armies of godlessness hating who presently now battle ISIS. He laughs as he swallows his last little pill, the irony not to be lost. Apparently God grants the license to kill and the soldiers just pick up the cost. Apparently infidels all need to die. And God plays both sides in a war. And slowly he closes his only good eye and passes away on the floor. A soldier of the Lord was in his final firefight, with a belly full of oxy, flying higher than a kite, with his rifle, flag, and medals, on a hillside, green and brown. Now he's buried in the sod, between the hero and the clown.